Greetings. So today I'm gonna walk through my team for the round 10 for the water guild rate boss. So we're gonna do a trial battle uh, for round 10. I'm not gonna worry about the earlier rounds. They should be fairly easy. So if you look at the setup, the TMRs have been selected either for agility or crit rate or both. What you're looking for is also you want maximum damage, as that's very important, obviously, with the goal being scoring the most points as possible per run. Chaining is also important, and also espers can really help get those damage numbers back up after the boss has taken a turn. This boss cannot be CT manipulated. The only thing you can do is to cast slow on it. So we'll just run through the team one at a time. So we've got Fred here, and she has a +6 Raz Elgeti. And the reason for that is the damage limit up. Okay, and her TMR, you'll see it has 15 crit rate and also the damage limit up on that. We've got lightning here. So we've got lightning here. We've got her on the Snuggles TMR, but you actually don't need to use the TMR itself. It's there for mainly for the crit rate and obviously the damage limit up rune. And she also has this skill Scourge, which is the one you want to cast to slow the boss. Okay, now 9S is sub Nightblade. Again, his TMR is predominantly focusing on crit rate, because you want those big numbers. And you'll notice that all of my units so far, the agility is tuned to around 80. The reason for that is the boss's agility is 85, and you want the boss to move first, just because of the way the map is. You want to let the boss move first, and then everyone can move in. There is a section of the map where two of your units will not be able to make it across the gorge no matter how hard you try. So they'll need to have a bit of range, and the boss will need to be right at the edge of the other side of the gorge, so that your units can reach it with range 4 abilities. Okay, now you can notice that here I've got Ramu Esper on Esther here, and she actually has 0 resonance with Ramu. Yeah, she's still on level 1, which is what you start on, and that's done because she's quite fast. She has quite high base agility, so that is done for 2 reasons: to control her agility, but also you want there's only 2 espers that can cast where their abilities will increase the magic and attack of the surrounding units. Alright, so you can see here, and it also significantly lowers the boss's lightning resist. Okay, now unfortunately if you look here, I mean ideally I would prefer to use Scorpion, but the Scorpion Sentinel has max resonance, and that would just make Esther way too fast. Okay, so basically for her, because she has such low agility, I had to use Titus's shoes just to bring her agility back up a little bit. You want them all as close to 85 as possible without going over, so you wouldn't want them any more than 84. And you'll notice that I have here 9S has 82 agility, and Esther also has 82, but it's important in my setup that 9S goes first so that he can use the vision ability from the Clairvoyant Astrologer VC. So now I've got And you can see I've also got the golden blades on both Esther and Cloud for another additional 1k max damage limit. I don't have enough recipes for the Drexhorn spear, but that's could be given to 9S. Now if you don't have lightning, that's fine, you can replace her with Nivlu. Unfortunately Nivlu cannot chain as much, but you could potentially put either Ramu or Scorpion Senton on her and get her to do the debuffs for slow, the odd attack, and also to use the Esper skill. Fred is there purely because she's got the range to attack, and she's got double shot, which is a multi-hit, and the rest. So Esther is actually, you can actually replace Esther with Shitzel, but the main reason, the main advantage of Esther over Shitzel is she has a spell that lowers unit attack resist. So if you look here, Storm Seeker job, it's called Surging Storm, I believe. No, Stormbrand, sorry. So Stormbrand lowers unit attack resist, which means you don't need to use Snuggles. I actually don't use the TMR skills on any of these. They're purely there to hold runes and also for the additional crit damage. Crit rate rather. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the Ramu VC and the the Dragon VC for the additional damage. And the rest, look, you mix and match as best you can. Obviously, ideally, if you're gonna run Esther or Shitzel, you want the Exorcist vision card for the triple trick. Everyone else should be okay. If you don't have Cloud, you could use another lightning unit. It doesn't have to be Slash. Velna's an option. Orlando is an option if you have him. The key is you want one spear user so they can defense break, unless they have it built into their kit. I think Orlando has defense break, so then you don't have to rely on, say, 9S or Velna to running the Clairvoyant card. You want Lightning Pearl if you can. I don't have it because it's just not feasible to use Charlotte. Her range on Lightning Strike is too low, and she just can't get across the gorge. And yeah, there's ads blocking her way for it, so she can't even do it on her first move. Ibarra is an option if you have max Halloween Lucy's VC. It has multi-hit, and I'm pretty sure from memory her lightning Imperial, it has 3 or 4 squares, so she should be able to reach the boss from across the gorge. Anyway, I will run through a battle now, just to give you an idea of what I'm saying. Feel free to post any questions you have in the comments below. Here we go. Oh, almost killed myself. Auto off, initial emplacement on. It's very important where you place your units. If your unit doing defense break it has the same agility as another unit, make sure you place them in a slot that's higher than the other unit. They must go first, and they must be within range to do defense break on the first turn, just to optimize the damage that you'll be able to do. Here we go. Okay, so Fred is fine there. What I do is I will swap Lightning with Esther, and then I will take Esther and plonk her over here. Cloud is fine where he is. 9S is fine where he is. So let's go. So now the boss moves down into that corner, which is exactly where you want him. Alright, move 9S forward. Run, sorry. Alright, so we'll use Armor Piercer, which will take out the ads, as well as the defense break on the boss.
No need for chit chat. Here I come.
Okay. Okay, now we move in with Esther, and we don't use triple trick just yet. We will go with Stormbrand. Yep, unit attack resist down. Now Cloud will run in, so what you want to do with Cloud is you want to start with Braver first. We'll slash attack resist down. Now Lightning also has slash attack resist down, but what you want her to do is you want her to slow the boss. So that is Scourge, I believe. Yes. Okay, boss is slowed. Okay, we'll move in. Now Fred can just go straight into the multi-hits. Okay, we'll use the first triple trick. So from now on, Cloud can just do his triple slash. Minus, we just keep doing Drain Rush. Okay, now Lightning. Okay, so that's already cap damage for her, so you might as well use it now. If it wasn't, I would maybe use another spell first. So that's already cap damage for her. And doing it early would also allow Fred to reach cap damage earlier. Okay, now what you want to do is, as you can see at the turnover, after Esther and Cloud goes, it's the boss's turn. So what you want to do now, let's just move that out of the way. Now is a good time to use Judgment Bolt. Alright, so this will help you cap damage again really fast after the boss moves. And there it is. Alright, so don't worry about that. We'll just keep going. Alright, so Lightning should cap damage again now. Yep. So see how it pretty much only took, a few hits, one Drain Rush from 9S, and we're back at cap damage. It might not be the case for everyone. Yeah, so Fred's attacks are a bit low, so she's not quite there yet. Okay, so let's just do, this should be her last, if we time right. So that's cap damage, I think. Yep, that's her cap damage. Now, as you can see, now that you've moved, looks like she shouldn't take another turn, but just to be safe, I'm gonna move her down here, just to make sure she doesn't take another turn. Alright, Cloud. Yeah, he's cap damage already. Okay. 9S. Okay, so Cloud gets one more. Cloud gets to finish off with... What does he want to finish off with? It doesn't really matter. It's all gonna cap damage anyway. There you have it. A score over 1 million. So the way I generally build my teams is I have to consider that there are 20 moves altogether. So, and you have 5 members, alright? So each member will get basically 4 moves. So you have to work out exactly what they're gonna do. So Cloud, he did Braver and then 3 triple slashes. He did get an extra turn at the end because he lapped Fred. So what I could try to do is in the previous turn for Cloud, I could have moved Cloud once, even just 1 square, and that probably would have been enough to give Fred an extra turn. and she could have used a double shot. Even if her cap damage is less than cap, because she's doing 2 hits, it would have done more damage and would have given me a slightly higher score. You can also play around with the weapons. For example, I think I did more damage with Esther using her own sword. I swapped over to Golden Blade for this run, but it didn't seem to make much difference, so I might swap back just to see how that goes. But basically, you know, with Esther, she had triple trick. She had two turns of triple trick plus Surging Storm, plus the Esther summon, right? So that's her 4 turns. 9S had the defense break from the Clairvoyant VC plus 3 drain rushes, so that's his 4 turns. Lightning had she had, what did she have? She had the slow, and then she did her multi-hit, and then I think she did 2 more single attacks. Okay, unfortunately she doesn't have multi. You could try doing the buff, the pursuit buff, but the way she does an extra attack, but it really isn't worth it, because that's you've lost a turn of cap damage, and you're only really gaining, you know, probably 4 or 5k per hit. It's not worth it, in my opinion. And as for Fred, I think she only got to take 3 turns, but yeah, if you can find another unit, like I said, Ibarra is probably a good unit if you have the max Halloween card, Halloween Lucy's card maxed. With that skill, she should be able to reach across the gorge, and she should be able to do Lightning Imperil, and then 2 of the multi-hits, and then maybe she could run Ramu as well, and maybe that could be her skill. So she could use Ramu's Esper skill, or you can leave it with Esther. But basically, you just got to play around. But just keep in mind that all of your units should basically take 4 turns. So you just need to work it out and fix your turn order, and decide sort of who's going to run what. Obviously, units like Esther and Lightning that don't have a lot of multi-hit, or only have 1 or 2 multi-hit skills available, you want them to do the debuffing. Anyway, like I said, hope that was helpful. If there's any questions, please post them in the comments below. Thank you.